Hello, Taverners! We're back with another Tavern Talk, episode 9.
9. 9.
Okay, that's a bit of a weird start.
You okay, Finn? What's been going on? Stuff? Possibly things?
Yeah, do you know what? I can lead in with that. I worked a very important football game.
Was it a German football game?
It was a German versus
look at that.
Madrid football game.
Look at that.
Do you know what? This is the funny
transition.
This was quite a funny one actually, because usually when I work these football games, it's usually they're quite good at speaking English, you know.
Most people, they've got a lot of bilingual people all over the world.
Yeah,
my girlfriend, who is French, can speak fluent English.
Yeah,
they're really good at it.
I was on the Madrid side, the Spanish people, and they weren't a lot of them weren't very good at speaking English. A lot of them just pointed at stuff, and I kept getting mixed up with aqua and lager, because they sound very similar when there's a lot of noise going on.
Okay.
And I had to do like a couple of refunds, because it was like, this one woman was like, oh, okay, agua, lager, like, you know, like agua, and it sounds like lager. I was just like, oh yeah, how many? She was like 4, and I was like, okay, and I had to like make 4 drinks, and then I was like, oh god, she wanted 4 bottles of water.
Oh no.
Yeah, the whole thing.
It's aqua. War. Yeah, okay,
yeah.
Maybe she wasn't loud and angry enough for you to understand her.
Yeah, a lot of pointing going along. It wasn't a lot of speaking from the customers. I got a few, but like a lot of them were like, and some of the German ones were like they were just pointing. They didn't really try to speak English. It was
sometimes they know.
It was a really big crowd though. I think it was the biggest amount of people in the stadium there's ever been.
Is this in Wembley?
Yeah. The biggest amount
packed out, was it?
Yeah, it was massive.
Ooh,
yeah,
shit.
I was non-stop. I was like on my knees after 6 hours, because it was just like, non-stop.
We have a bunch of people whose language, which is their home language, you don't even know or recognize.
I don't really know Spanish or German, so it's kind of hard.
At least some of them did point for you.
Yeah,
because,
no, they did.
I imagine that they're aware that an uncultured country such as ours doesn't really know a lot of German.
No.
Not unlike other countries around our countries, where a lot of the times learning English can sometimes be very mandatory.
Yeah.
So, at least, like, you know, they helped you out in regards to that. The big old angry point.
Yeah. I did have one German guy who was like
insult you in their language without you knowing what it means.
I did have one German
like
guy,
my girlfriend does.
Oh man. I had one German guy who was so like do you know German's just quite an angry language as it is, right?
Oh yeah.
And I had like this one German guy who he was just like, I felt scared because of the way he said the names of the drinks. Like, I was like,
he was threatening you with the name, yeah.
No, yeah, it was really scary.
That's how you know he's a real one.
Yeah. It was quite scary. He was really strong as well. Like he was
really
like
strong.
He was 6'2" or something. Like, he towered over me.
Okay, did he lift you or something?
No. He was just at the bar, but I was just like, oh my god.
Just imagine this big tall guy lifting you up to the sign and just like rubbing your face into it like, I want that! That!
No, yeah. But yeah, no, German can be quite a violent language. Like, it just sounds, you know, angry all the time. I don't know.
It's bold, it's brave, it's very forefront language.
Yeah, it is.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I love all the names they've got for like the simplest things, and like they always have to add like 5 more syllables after all their names for a lot of things. And obviously like the accent to it is like a pretty unique accent.
I can't do a German accent. I'm not gonna attempt it, but yeah.
I remember one time when I was really young and I went on holiday with my parents. We went on a beach, and You know, in Germany, the engineering is like immaculate.
Yeah.
It's really like precision German engineering, right?
Yeah.
I kind of got a taste of that same precision German engineering on the beach, because this German family, a family of 5, they were out on front and they were making a castle with the family.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping because all I do when I'm on the beach is go under the umbrella, stay out of the sun, and just sleep. Because that's usually my chance to just catch up on some snoozies, because I'd never ever get good sleep, especially back then. And about 2 hours later, I wake up and I swear to God, I saw like a fucking RPG palace.
What? Like,
it was immaculate. They were still working on it, so they weren't even finished. But I shit you not, it had like a big, like foot-long motor. It had a bridge going through it. It had like walls and walls and walls of like sand, which was like really well, like you know the bits on the rims of the walls, in the castles, where it's kind of like got little indents. Had all of that as well.
Oh man!
And it had flags coming out of it too.
Oh,
and they were still working on there, but I could tell that it was done to perfection. Because the dad was screaming 9 to his kids, and
oh my God!
Any and all chances, he wanted this to be his absolute fucking masterpiece. And I'm like, bro, it's already a masterpiece. You ain't got to push it that far. But you know what they're like in Germany? They've always got to push. And boy, did they push for this, because my God, it was the most exquisite sandcastle. No, sand palace I've ever seen in my entire life. Because that push, man, that push to perfection, it is fucking real, mate.
Yeah. Well,
precision German engineering at its finest.
It is definitely scary hearing Heineken in German. That guy was just like,
step on off for a bit.
It's like, okay, you Heineken. Jesus.
You ever seen that Simpsons episode when Lisa gets lost in that town? And it's full of like, I can't remember what language it's from, but it's definitely one in English. And she comes across these 2 people playing a chess game, and she's like, "Excuse me, do you know how to get to the museum?" And like he screams at her in a foreign language, but the subtitles read, "Sure, just take the left over there," and there it is. And she runs off, screaming because she thinks she's never gonna go at him. And he's like, "What's on the little girl?" And then his opponent gets the checkmate, and he fucking smacks the table, like in a really aggressively, and he yells at him in the language, but the subtitles read, "Good game. How about another?"
Yeah,
that's essentially
exactly what it was like.
What German sounds like to us uncultured non-German speakers.
No,
it's like they could be saying the nicest thing in the world, but because the language is just so like bold. And slightly aggressive, it comes off as that sometimes. Which isn't their fault, but I think it's funny.
It is funny.
Good game. How about another? The fucking table's been like smashed.
Other things I did, I went out with my girlfriend. We went to see the Stranger Things play, which was, by the way, phenomenal.
That's got... Wait, Stranger Things has got a play?
Yeah, it's
Is it a musical?
No, it's not a musical. It's a prequel to the whole of Stranger Things. Like, it's set before, like, everything, and you get, like, a bunch of answers to... and it was really... It's not a musical, it's like an actual play, but my God, man, the special effects on this thing were, like, taken to a whole nother level. They had... they were constantly acting on a turntable. Like, the stage just kept on dynamically, spinning
got
round.
The central bit and it spins,
They had, like, things happen, like, on outside of the stage. Like, they had actors, like, come outside of it. And then they had, like, these special effects where the lights blew and stuff. And when it went into, like, the upside down, like, in the upside down, there's, like, this, like, special effect thing where there's like dust falling, like the whole of the like place was just like this like kind of dust falling effect. It was like, oh man, it was so good. And they had like a creature like pop out on the side as well, like
cool.
Yeah, it was like
is it a puppet?
Yeah, it was kind of like a puppet sort of thing, but it was like it pops out, like it was like animatronic, but Still very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, like the whole thing was like so good. Like I don't know like how they do this now with like plays. Like plays have been taken to like the next level.
Yeah, I feel like plays have developed in a way that's a lot more easy to maintain and a lot more healthier than a lot of the big industry stuff nowadays, but we'll save that for the news. But no, that's cool, man. I mean, Stranger Things is a pretty popular series.
Have you ever watched it, by the way?
I have never watched it.
Sure? It's good. It's good. I've seen it all. It is good. It is a good show. It's a very good.
You've recommended it to me more than enough times.
If you like sci-fi, it's very good. But yeah, no,
I did see one sci-fi musical.
Yeah, you did. You were talking.
I finally saw the Back to the Future musical.
Yeah.
With my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
Nice.
It was, you know what? I was thinking, how on earth is this gonna like transition and work to a musical?
Yeah.
And like, it worked. They made it work. Like, Doc Brown's got a bunch of like showgirls in the background while he's while the DeLorean is it's spinning around and. There's a bit when Marty gets to school and all the kids are singing while Biff is chasing him.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing is like moving all at the same time during the song. That was wicked. That was like my favorite part, before the intermission.
So yeah.
And and my partner was like, I wonder if they'll tone down the bit between Marty and his mum in the past, and they didn't. In fact, they fucking amplified it.
Yeah, they did.
Calvin Klein is very much real. And and Calvin Klein will be Calvin Mine, according to his mom.
It's so good.
Like, there was a musical bit where Marty is in his boxes, in his set Calvin Klein's, in her room, in his own mum's room in the past. And there she is doing her dance moves. And one dance move involved her literally lean on the bed into his crotch.
It was so funny.
And I'm like, my partner was mortified and I was just pissing myself. I was like, oh my god, no, they actually made it worse. They amplified it.
Yeah,
that's fucking great,
and they
man.
gave it a good dance number too.
It's a fucking fantastic dance number. I can't help but smile and dance throughout the whole weird parental weird stuff from the past, which isn't their fault because God, he's back in time. But still, it's kind of funny that they named their son after a really attractive dude who may or may not have been her own son from the future. That is actually him. It's actually their son.
It was really good. Honestly, the music was actually really good as well.
Music was really good.
The singers, the actors were really good. The Doc Brown was fantastic.
Doc Brown was really good. He was definitely the highlight of the show.
Yeah.
All the actors were super good. The mayor was like the phenomenal singer. He was really good. Everyone's a phenomenal singer. And they made the DeLorean fly. They got all like the beats from the film. It's basically the film, but with loads and loads of music numbers.
Yeah,
but, like
pretty
much what it is. But it works. It's funny how it works for that sort of like film.
Yeah, and they obviously had to change the whole bit with when Doc Brown like died and stuff because
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, that wouldn't go down.
It works.
Maybe it'd be a bit harder to do that
with
I don't know, maybe that would be harder to do on stage, so they just changed it to
maybe, but no, it worked with what I was shown. It worked really well. It's kind of like, to be a really dumb example, yet another Simpsons example because I'm obsessed. But you know when the show somehow makes a musical to Planet of the Apes work?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that a little bit.
Oh yeah. I feel like Planet of the Apes could be a good musical as well.
I mean, The Simpsons proved it would be good.
Yeah, I would.
But it's just that sort of musical where it just sounds good being sung. The plot just sounds good when it's a musical.
Yeah,
I
would love to see them do Back to the Future 2 as a musical as well, because I feel like that would be even more interesting to see.
They could definitely do it.
I reckon they could, yeah. Maybe they will. Yeah. I don't know if musicals ever get sequels. Oh, actually, that's not true. They do, don't they? I think Phantom of the Opera had one. So. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, where's Lion King 2 when you need it?
Oh, that would be. Do you know
everyone loves Lion King too?
Been on the theatre circuit for so many years now. It would be kind of cool to see Lion King 2 be on there, but
that's like the biggest one in London right now, I would say.
Oh yes, celebrating its 25th anniversary. I believe.
Yeah, 25th. That's nuts. Yeah. Lion King and Les Miserables is definitely like the two big ones. They're the big two. And Wicked is persisting as well.
Oh yeah, Wicked's massive.
Wicked's still going.
Yeah, still going. I think it's
that was pretty
15th
good.
year anniversary.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think maybe even longer actually.
Honestly, the Virgin Maleficent versus the Chad Wicked. I'm just saying.
That's getting a film as well. People.
Wicked's getting a film.
Yeah. It's getting a film version.
Sorry.
As all the musicals
I don't mean to groan, but yeah. Fair enough. We're now doing an opposite where like films don't get musicals, now musicals are getting films.
Yeah, musicals are getting films, yeah.
Is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child a film?
Not yet, actually, surprisingly.
How the hell have they not done that? That's really weird.
I don't know.
They're going on that Fantastic Beasts craze at the moment.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad you had a good time. It was a good show. It was a very good show. Both shows.
Yeah, had a fun time.
Both shows are absolutely fantastic. I do actually recommend Stranger Things to anyone who likes the show because it was. I will say though, when I was watching Stranger Things, I will say one of the things that I found really difficult about it was because there was so much going on, like because it was on a turntable, like for a lot of it. Like it was hard sometimes to keep track because there's so many different parts. Like they had like people acting at the back, and then they had like someone at the forefront, and then that's not acting but doing something, and you kind of like simultaneously were watching two different scenes at the same time, and it was like, oh man. Yeah.
Alright, the background events going on and stuff.
Yeah, the background events.
Oh yeah, that's how they make it feel alive, right?
Yeah.
They do that in a lot of shows. They did that with Book of Mormon as well, to a comedic degree. Yeah. But yeah.
It felt like watching, like I mean this like in the best possible way, but it literally felt like watching an episode of the show. Like it even had when each part started, like each act started, they had like an episode name like appear, like
nice. They really want to hammer it in that space on a TV show of episodes.
Yeah. Oh, it's really clever. They did like the thing where it like does the music and everything, and it was like, oh, it's like watching a episode, a very live action episode of Stranger Things. I was like, wow, this is kind of amazing. So yeah, no, it's very cool.
It is live action, isn't it, Stranger Things?
Yeah, Stranger Things is live action, but I just mean like actual live action with like live actors.
live action.
Live action, yeah. Yeah, no, it was really good though. Yeah,
cool, man. Yeah, man. I try and watch a musical like almost every 2 months now. I'm sort of almost running out of musicals to watch now, or at least ones that look interesting to me. Like I saw Book of Mormon on Christmas Eve, and that was really good. How have you not seen Book of Mormon yet? That is crazy, man.
Yeah, I heard that's really good. I do want to watch
it. It is really good. It is really funny. Yeah. It's definitely that kind of, it's super offensive because obviously it's Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Yeah.
But like everyone gets like the piss taken out of them, but like in true like South Park fashion.
Oh yeah, of course. And
it's like as soon as they mention like a country where the Book of Mormon takes place in, it's like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, they're gonna do the thing.
Yeah.
But no, Book of Mormon is definitely like a must-see musical.
I will definitely check it out.
In my opinion.
I definitely do.
Yeah, it was really fun. I took my parents to it.
Oh.
And they loved it, so.
Oh, I do want to see it actually. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, put it on the bucket list, mate. It's a good one, trust me. Big recommend for me.
Okay. And other than that, I guess that's like really all my IRL stuff, really.
Same here, to be honest. Didn't do much to see musical.
Yeah, a lot of musical talks this time.
And a lot of boring accounting and looking for places sort of stuff that I'm doing as well. But that's boring. That's boring to talk about on a podcast.
Car, by the way?
Oh god, I was avoiding the subject. Damn it all.
Oh,
car's fine.
Yeah.
Car's back.
It's
fixed now.
Yeah, it's fixed.
It's fixed. I'm back on the road. I no longer need to start my engine without obsessive amount of paranoia, so that's good.
Oh, nice. So
cost me a fair bit though, because my garage had to find a place and send off for it.
How much are we talking?
You know, that's car repairs. You know, around like the mid hundreds. And a bit, and a little bit after that, and a bit more,
right.
and maybe a little bit more.
100's not too bad, like, but if you're going in over the hundreds, I know what you're talking about.
Car repairs
expensive, dude. Dude.
They suck, man.
It's expensive.
You've just paid for your road insurance. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Now an instance has happened. Now you've got to basically pay your insurance and taxes again from the car. Because this unfortunate thing happened.
Wait, seriously? You got to pay for the insurance and tax again?
No. I'm saying that it's like the same amount.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
For the incident. Yeah. So it feels like I am.
Yeah, it feels like the incident.
Same amounts come out my wallet, you know.
Yeah.
But that's car stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
Car
that's
stuff.
that old chestnut, right?
I got my driving lesson today, actually, as we record the podcast. Still, I was doing the parallel parking.
Fuck that shit!
I know.
I still struggle with parallel parking.
I'm starting to get a little bit of the hang of it because it could potentially be the maneuver that they asked me to do when I'm doing my test.
I don't even have a maneuver because I learned how to drive literally 13 years ago. And I have actually forgotten how to do my method of parallel parking. I just wing it every single time. And basically what I try and do is that depending on like where the car to my left or right is, and I sort of like go back, and then when I'm like a third of the way past the car, then I do like the full turn, and then I just straight into the park, and then if my wheel hits the curb, that's a good thing. Yeah, it means that I'm good to tuck myself in. That's kind of how I do it.
Yeah, that's a good way.
That's my quote-unquote method.
When you're on the.
I'm sure it's probably an easier way to do it. But that's just how I've winged it my entire life.
The best way I've learned is to be like halfway on the car, like between the car, and then just turn it round, full lock it one way, and then a little when it hits the curb, turn it the other way, and then. That's the best way I've been doing it. I'm like, that is the best way. I've remembered it as 1-2-1. That's how I remember it, because like one way, then two ways,
that's right.
Then one.
Yeah. Because instructors have obviously got good ways to like make it easier to understand how to do certain parallel methods and techniques and on the road and stuff like that with like numbers and stuff. I've forgotten all of mine because I had a long period where I did have a car when I was younger, when I had to set it because it was too expensive for young people like me, and then I didn't get a car again until like 10 years later.
Oh man.
So, I've forgotten a lot of my techniques, but luckily,
I had
a lot of practice, and I'm still driving the road. I know what signs mean, but that's good. That's good enough, right?
Yeah.
My license is still nice and pink.
Yeah. As long
I got my no claims bonus for 2 years in a row last month, so must be doing a good thing, right?
Yeah, you haven't had a crash yet, so yeah, you're good. You're good. I think that's really it for me on the IRL.
Yeah, same here.
It's a bit of a light one.
Let's talk about games.
All right,
let's talk about the news revolving around the games. That's way more worse.
We'll see you in part 2 for the video games
industry.
There we go. All right.
What industry?